Unit 9, Lesson 3, as you can see, is talking about adding and subtracting integers. In this lesson, we're going to discover many stuff, and actually we're going to move to be more advanced little bit than before. What the meaning of being advanced? That means we don't need any more number line. We can use the mental math. So let's start with the first thing. It's saying you can write a positive integer without the use of the plus sign. Can you see this one? Very important. I'm gonna make it in red. Again, you can write a positive integer without the use of the plus sign. So very simple sample. I can say positive 3 between bracket. This is what we learned in lesson 1 and lesson 2. Okay, do I need to have all of that or to use the positive 3? No. I can use something like that. Or even if it's without bracket and I have positive 5, do I need to write positive 5? No, I can use 5. But it's not the case of the negative. The negative 5, I cannot avoid the negative. I cannot write 5 because negative 5 doesn't equal 5. 5 means positive 5. So I have to keep the negative as it is. So this is a case only of the positive. So you can write a positive integer without the use of the plus sign, which is very easy. Let's move to the second one, which is more important. You can interpret the addition or subtraction of integers without writing the integers in bracket. Wow, this is very important. Let's see how we can avoid the bracket. I'm gonna show you an example. Let's say I'm adding between bracket negative 3. My goal is to avoid the bracket. So we learned from lesson number 2 that I can switch the addition to subtraction with one condition: to get the opposite of the number into the bracket. So we said they have the same value. So when I'm adding a negative 3, it's exactly when I'm subtracting a positive 3. Let's take this one. We said we don't need the positive here or the sign of the plus here. We can write it without. Like that. Now, why I need the bracket? I can skip it and I can say negative 3. So can you see all this complicated one? Now I can shorten this one to negative 3. So if I have this algebraic expression, positive 5 plus negative 3, can we do it with a nice way that it make it a little bit shorter without bracket? Yes. We said the positive 5, we don't need this sign, so we can skip all of that by writing 5 only. And we said plus negative 3, we can switch it to minus, the operation minus, and positive 3. Again, this positive 3, I don't need it, so I can write 5 between brackets minus 3. Do I need this bracket now? No, I can switch it to 5 minus 3. So can you imagine the beginning was more complicated with bracket and very long? Now it's exactly like 5 minus 3. This is more simple. So why we don't use something like that? So that's why we are saying this lesson is more advanced. Okay, can we use another example? Let's see another example. Let's say I have negative 2 into bracket minus positive 3. Okay, how to switch that to something very simple? The negative 2, I cannot say 2. like the positive, so I have to keep it negative 2. Okay, now minus positive 3, I don't need the positive 3, I can write it 3 minus 3. Can you see? So all this complicated algebraic expression with bracket, I can simplify it with something like that, so it's more easy. Okay, now how to go to something more advanced. Some student, they say that using the number line, it's wasting of time. Yes, but it was a strategy. So can we avoid this strategy because we understand well now how to add and to subtract the integers? Can we avoid it? Yes, for sure we can avoid the number line. So let's take some examples, and we're going to use our mental math, and you will see how it's so simple. Evaluate negative 6 plus positive 4. As you can see, I can say, okay, I have negative 6. I can remove the bracket. I can say it negative 6 plus positive 4. Do I need to write positive? No. Can you imagine that I can do this without the number line? I lost $6 and someone gave me $4. That means in general I lost $2. Can you see how it's simple? Now, if you cannot get it, you can think about the number line. I locate the first number at negative 6. Because I'm adding, I follow the first rule. I'm adding what? Positive number. That means I move 4 steps to the right. So if I was at negative 6 and I move 4 steps to the right, I will go to negative 2. So you have one strategy as a number line, or the mental math that you can see, I lost $6 and now someone gave me $4. That means I lost $2 only. Let's move to the second one. But before we do the calculation, we can remove the bracket or some signs if it's possible. So positive 8, I can write it 8 plus negative 6. Now I have operation and sign. Can I switch it to something else? Yes. We said this part only. I can switch it to subtraction of positive 6, which is more easy. So I will keep the subtraction, and positive 6, I don't need it, so I'm going to make it 6. Can you see how it's simple? Now, I'm subtracting positive 9. The positive 9, I can switch to 9. So I'm subtracting 9. You see how it's more simple? Now, let's use the mental math first, and after that we're going to check it with the number line strategy. I have $8 because it's positive. In my pocket I have $8. Someone took from me $6. That means I have only $2. I have $2, but someone needs $9 from me. So I owe him $7. So in general it's going to be negative 7. If you cannot reach this one with the mental math, we can still use a number line. If you are locating at 8 your number, now you are subtracting. That means you are going to use the opposite of the addition. Usually when I add 6, I move 6 to the right, 6 steps to the right. Now because it's subtraction, it's going to be 6 to the left. So you are at 8, you go 6 steps to the left. That means you go to number 2. Now you are in number 2. Again, you are subtracting. That means the opposite. If it was adding a positive number, you go to the right. Now I'm going to go to the left. So you are at 2 and you go 9 steps to the left. That means it's going to be negative 7. So again, you have two ways to understand it or to solve it. Or you use a mental math, or you can use the number line as a strategy if you have some difficulty with the mental math. Both strategy can lead us to the same answer, and I hope that you understood this lesson, because next one is going to be the multiplication of the integers. So I hope that you understand the addition And the subtraction, we saw in this lesson, it was a little bit advanced, how we can remove the brackets. And in the case of the positive integer, we can remove even the sign of the plus to make it easier and to make it more simple. Thank you.